clobbering time!
First, we have to talk about the original animated series from 1967. Back then, Jack Kirby's art had a certain style, but the drawings in the early Fantastic Four comics were basic, and that's what Hanna-Barbera worked from to produce this. It's hard to tell exactly what Thing is. He looks kinda like rocks, but they're very smooth. It could just as easily be a talking blob if you didn't already know. The light blue shorts in this classic series also pops against the clay color of his skin. In the episode, The Micro World of Dr. Doom, Ben reacts with humor when the team are shrunk down by the villain, finding irony in him usually feeling uneasy about how big he is, suddenly made super small.
Getting across this street could be a problem. Now I know how an ant feels.
A second appearance on screen would come in 1978 with the new Fantastic Four. In the Olympics of space, Thing is abducted by aliens and forced to compete on the moon in a contest between warring factions. Rather than engaging in direct combat with Monstro, the other alien race's champion, they showcase their skills through various sports such as weightlifting, discus throws, and more. The art style is a bit crisper this time round, and you can see more of a rocky texture for Ben's skin.
Bet you can't guess what I'm gonna do. First, I bend me this little steel beam. How does it look?
In 1979, a double feature titled Fred and Barney Meet the Thing brought together two distinct sets of adventures from the Flintstones and the Thing. Despite the show's title, the two segments remained separate, and there was no direct crossover between the characters. This was a vague representation of the Marvel Comics. Thing is a teenager and can transform in and out of his hulking, strong, rock-like form. This is a relic of a bygone era and pretty forgettable.
Nothing to it, lady. Gotcha.
The 1994 Fantastic Four the Animated Series was an evolution in itself. In Season 1, a brighter animation style and appearance that resembled the classic 60s comics, albeit with shorter baby blue shorts for Thing, made way for a more stylized and modern look, with darker shorts in Season 2. Thing's rocky skin really begins to resemble rocks in both versions, as updated animation techniques help bring him to life in a more realistic way. In the premiere, The Origins of the Fantastic Four, Thing is used by Puppet Master, who takes control of him and uses him to capture Invisible Woman. Luckily, he snaps out of it just in time thanks to Mr. Fantastic's intervention.
Who you think you're messing with, you king-sized clown?
In the scrapped live-action Fantastic Four film in 1994, that realism might have been taken too far. The Thing appears as a guy in a very obvious rubber suit, and while he's taller than his fellow team members, he's just not big enough. There's a reason why this B-movie was never given a full release. If you really want to see it, it's pretty easy to find online.
I don't think we've formally met.
I'm Alicia Masters.
Nice to meet you.
In 1996, Thing appeared in The Incredible Hulk. This animated show gives Thing more of a powerlifter suit than just shorts, which emphasizes the size of his arms and legs differently and gives plenty of room for the iconic Four symbol on his chest. In Fantastic Fortitude, the Hulk and She-Hulk sought help from the Fantastic Four, but only found the Thing, whose strength was crucial in battling the leader's Gamma Warriors.
Only someone true blue to their sweetheart could possibly resist my bewitching ways.
This being single sure makes me sweat.
In Spider-Man the Animated Series from 1997, Thing faces off against Spidey and his friends right at the start of the Secret Wars arc in Arrival, before the Fantastic Four team up with the Web-Slinger. Later in the arc, Thing is captured by Dr. Doom, who cures him, giving Ben the ability to transform in and out of his Thing form. Doom says he's doing it out of goodwill, but Reed Richards isn't so sure. Thing has 5 fingers in this show, which may seem normal, but in the previous 2 shows, which were all part of the same universe, he didn't.
Get me out of here!
I don't know, kid. This is one way of keeping you out of trouble.
The wait for a live-action Fantastic Four movie came to an end in 2005, and Thing came to the big screen for the first time. Michael Chiklis stepped into Ben Grimm's shoes, and he did a great job, almost like this was the role made for him. It's definitely the most iconic portrayal we've had so far. With a mix of CGI and practical effects, Thing was brought to life in a way that respected the original vision of Lee and Kirby. But the effects in this movie weren't cutting edge at the time, and now they just look dated. Thing looks like rubber rather than rocks, and is also pretty much regular human-sized, when he should be much taller. His super strength got shown off plenty, like the scene where his reflexes are tested and he launches a stool across the Baxter building, and the physics were handled pretty well. Chiklis really brings the character and his struggle with his altered physical appearance to life.
It's clobbering time.
Chiklis also voiced Thing on Robot Chicken, where he has appeared, mostly alongside the rest of the Fantastic Four in several skits, including one where Dr. Doom exposes himself to the team, and a sketch where Vic Mackey switches places with Thing and joins the team, who Chiklis also voices.
It's clobbering time.
We also got an anime-style Thing in 2006 with Fantastic Four: World's Greatest Heroes, an animated show that oozed cool. The Thing looks hulking, but the hexagonal pattern on his skin almost looks like he's wearing fishnets, as the pattern is very symmetrical. The F4 symbol spray painted on his chest is also a cool touch. In the second episode, following his abduction of Ben, Mole Man tries to persuade the Thing to join with him and his moloids and make a utopia where physical appearances hold no significance. Then, in the episode The Cure, Ben is finally cured by Reed, but he loses some of his memories in the process, meaning he has no idea about the Fantastic Four at all.
I still say she's a doombutt. No one could be that horrible.
Chiklis came back in 2007 for the sequel to the 2005 movie, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. In a memorable moment, Thing scares a bear in the woods by growling back at it, before telling it,
Yeah, that's right. Keep running, boo-boo.
Then there's the scene where Ben and Johnny switch powers, and we get to see normal Ben who makes fun of Johnny for his appearance, just like Johnny does to him all the time, while he wonders over his new ability to create fire.
Okay, that one hurt.
The Superhero Squad show gave us a glimpse of Thing in the chibi style. He may look small and cute, but in this universe, he's still big and strong. In a memorable moment, Thing teams up with the Hulk in a fight against the Skrulls, and he might not be quite as strong as the strongest Avenger, but the two together are a formidable team.
Give it up, Green Bean. You ain't stronger than me.
In 2011, Thing joined other heroes in the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. In one notable episode, Thing visits Avengers Mansion for a game of poker, before being attacked by the Hulk. Eventually, the two team up to take on the Doombots, not before Ben boasts about his winnings. He's also part of the new Avengers team in this show. The character design for this show has him looking muscular and strong, even more than usual, more toned up and less rounded than previous versions.
Where are the Fantastic Four?
Some kind of diplomatic mission in another dimension. I stayed home to watch the game, which I'm missing now thanks to all this.
That visual design was carried over into his next appearance on Ultimate Spider-Man in 2012, with the similar size, but it's a bit rougher around the edges and not quite as cool. In the episode, The Incredible Spider-Hulk, Spider-Man, who finds himself in Hulk's body due to Mesmero's mind switch, arrives in town and comes under attack by the Thing. Nick Fury has summoned Thing to contain the Hulk, not realizing the mind switch that has occurred. Thing was also seen in Spider-Man's imagination, in a flashback about his early encounter with Trapster, who stuck the web head with Ben in a previous adventure.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hey, sorry, kid.
Just like in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Ben is playing poker once again in 2013's Hulk and the Agents of S.M.A.S.H. This time, he's playing host at the Baxter building, and the result is he and his guest get kidnapped by the Collector to be part of his great collection. He also fights against Scar, Hulk's son, in a charity fight in Monsters No More.
Maybe that'll jar your memory.
The look carried over into his next appearance, all in the same connected animated universe. He ups the Avengers to work out what happened to the Hulk in an episode of Avengers Assemble, when Hulk crash lands to Earth without any memory, with Thing appearing in flashbacks in the main story.
But then Hulk accused me of cheating. For the record, I never stepped over the line.
The huge hulking version of Thing carried over into 2015's rebooted live-action movie. Completely CGI and played by Jamie Bell, Thing forms part of the incredible special effects which were a bright spot in a very poorly received movie. For the first time, Thing looks capable of the clobbering he dishes out in this movie. realistic in size for the strength that he has, while the rest of the characters look nothing like their comic book counterparts. Thing actually looks the best he has to date in this movie.
I'm sorry. That's what you said when you left. I'm going to fix this.
I stopped believing in your bullshit a long time ago.
The Marvel TLDR web series from 2017 was a great bite-sized way of revisiting Marvel's most loved storylines, like the Coming of Galactus for instance, which featured Thing along with the rest of the Fantastic Four. These were halfway between motion comics and basic animations, and the style is simple but effective. A cute chibi Thing appeared in Marvel Superhero Adventures in 2020, and this time, Thing helped Spider-Man clobber crime, thwarting a bank robbery. Spidey and His Amazing Friends from 2023 gave us a 3D animated version of Thing for the first time in a kid-friendly style. His rocky body actually looks more like rocks than in most of his animated appearances in this fun show. Also, his powerlifter suit comes back in this series. The Thing is shown to be calm and friendly towards others, unlike his usual attitude. Fans of Fantastic Four have been waiting for the MCU debut of the team ever since the studio got the rights in the Fox acquisition, and speculation over who would be playing who has been rife. In early 2024, we got our answer. Ben Grimm will be played by Ebon Moss-Bachrach. You might know him from The Bear. We don't know what his final look will be, but he'll certainly bring the required charisma to the character, that's for sure. It's also unclear just how this one will pan out, but the promo material all has a strong 60s vibe. Can't wait to see how it goes.